And now from the KSN Live First Alert Doppler Storm Center, weather with meteorologist Matt Poscott.
Well, I'd say that rain-cooled air makes a huge difference outside. Welcome back to the KSN Storm Center. Looking outside with our tower cam here, brought to you by the Stables Casino. You can see some of that cloud-covered debris still left around out there, but that is all that we have left now, as the thunderstorms here that were right around Joplin have now long since collapsed and basically just dissipated. So as we take a look at the radar here, Freeman Health Live, first alert Doppler radar, still picking up on a couple of echoes, some light rain showers, as well as a few weak and decaying thunderstorms off to our west. That's right around Chautauqua, just a little bit west of Chautauqua, right near the border of Kansas and Oklahoma. Got a couple of small showers around Carthage, as well as a few of those over toward Yates Center, and then we have a couple of those off to the north and east there, closer to Pleasanton or almost Fort Scott, or a little bit northwest of Fort Scott. Zooming out a bit, you'll notice that we don't have much else going on out there now. A lot of the energy has already been tapped into, but more importantly, remember that axis I talked about in the first half hour, this little tongue of energy and moisture here, this is moving off to the west, all right? And it's going to take those rain chances with it. That's what we had here today. The models did not pick up on very well yesterday, and that's why we ended up having a few more storms out there than expected. We had bumped up the rain chance 20%. It did look like we were going to see more rain here today. As you take a look at that forecast going forward, though, without that axis right on top of us, without that one spot where we have the best chance for storms to form heading into tonight, well, that's going to push off to the west and leave most of us dry. So over the next few days, expect the rain chances to be a bit lower. We don't have that little bit of support in the upper levels to help us out. So high pressure will become dominant, especially Thursday. That's the day where we expect that thing to be strong. It'll be actually right on top of northern Missouri, southern Iowa. But as it moves back off to the east a bit and away from us, we'll have the rain chances back up to 10% Friday and Saturday. So a little bit of a bonus there. That's why each one of these little features plays a big role in our forecast. Either way, temperatures are going to be hot the next several days, regardless of the rain chance. Although it's 81 right now in Monette, I'll take that on a July afternoon. 93 here in Joplin. Factor in the moisture, and of course you do have the heat index right now sitting at 99 Joplin, 102 in Pittsburgh, 106 for Nevada. I'm going to tell you, though, we do have some heat relief coming, and then not just because darkness eventually happens, but we have a couple of days here as we head into next week where we've got much better rain potential. I'll show you the 7-day. Tonight, your forecast, your local weather authority, low to mid-70s. Rain tapers off, mostly clear and mild. Then heading into tomorrow, we'll have that 10% chance. You might get lucky, although 90% of you will not get any rain, and about, I would say, 80% of you won't even have any chance of getting rain-cooled air. So expect a hot and humid afternoon. We're not likely to get lucky here like we got today when it came to a few of those storms. And some of you didn't get any of that rain-cooled air. So the airport, actually, the Joplin Airport stayed in the 90s, whereas western Joplin, here actually at the station, we dropped down into the 80s because of that thunderstorm nearby. That's how much of an impact it makes. I mean, half the city was hotter than the other half by 10 degrees. So it'll make an impact there. But the next few days will be a bit more fair in the sense that all of us will be a little bit on the hotter side with no rain relief. But there is always a change in that forecast, especially early next week. You can stay ahead of that by going to our website, 4stateshomepage.com. That's the best place to stay up to date on all weather changes, anything headed your way. Let's take a look at the picture for this half hour. This was a beautiful shot of some cumulonimbus clouds that's picked up by Stephen Smith. Thank you very much, Stephen. This courtesy of the law firm of Bishop and Hayes. We saw a few of those today. They were a welcome sight to give us some of that rain-cooled air.
Yeah.
No severe weather, but there were some reports, though, of some limbs down, about 2-inch limbs down, tree limbs down around Baxter Springs and a couple of other areas, West Nixon,
got a little bit of wind.
A little bit of wind, yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
All
Otherwise, nothing severe out there.
Okay, Matt, thanks for the update. Well, one